from Denver's victories and Denver's losses. Actually, when they lose, we don't do that. We get mad. But tonight, they pulled one out at home against all odds, and I literally never thought they were going to win before the fourth quarter, where Denver handily finishes off the Toronto Raptors with a score of 121-115 by outscoring them 36-21 in the fourth. But it's a tale of two quarters in this game. First half, Denver was up by 4 at half, down by 3 after the first quarter. Kind of a back and forth. Third quarter, Denver got slapped in the face. 41 points from Toronto, 28 points for Denver. Yeah, that was a bad third quarter. But Jamal Murray, Jamal NBA, along with his sidekick, the no-dip assassin, Tim Hardaway Jr., saved the day. Jamal kind of took over with a little bit of leadership, we might say. Like the leadership that's lacking from Jokic. Jokic had a weird game. We're going to have to figure that one out. Weird game. But in breaking news, he got a haircut. So thank God for that. Could have done a little better on the beard, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. He had a weird game. Had a strange game. But let's forget about that. Talk about Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway Jr., Aaron Gordon. Cam had a lot of good defensive plays if you pay attention. I don't think he had an exceptional game, but Tim Hardaway Jr. was 7 3-pointers. Apparently that's the 5th time this year that he scored 7 3-pointers or more in a game. And that leads the league by far. And you've heard it now. You've heard it here now, Tim Hardaway Jr. I guess you've heard it several places, but he should be the 6th man of the year. Dun, dun. Only 2 other players have done that. And one of them was Pritchard and one of them was E. Gordon. I don't know. Both of them won 6th man of the year. So there you go. To do, I forget what it was. Was it the 7 3-pointers off the bench in 5 or more games? Anyway, Jamal dropped 31 on the Toronto Raptors. He always plays good against Toronto. Why? Because that's where he's from, more or less. So he likes to get back at him. Bruce Brown comes out talking shit all game long. We love that. He used to play for the Raptors, so he's got a little connection to the bench, and you could see him chit-chatting the bench every chance he got. Bruce hit a big couple of threes, didn't he? Did he not? Did he not hit a couple of threes? Well, let me go to the share screen feature on my wonderful Toronto Raptors. Share. How many shares do we need? Now we got to go back. All right, here we are. This is the game. What do they say? Nuggets pull away in the fourth. Yes, they did. They were down fucking 9 points, weren't they? So they lost by 13 in the quarter. So they were down 7 at the quarter. But I think they went down 9 right away. We'd have to go play by play. We don't want to do that. But in the third, they were down 11. What was the biggest lead? It shows biggest lead 11. Yeah, Toronto had 11-point lead. Denver had their biggest lead at the end of the game, 6 points. But hey, a win's a win. Points off turnovers, 15-14. That's where we got our asses kicked yesterday or 2 days ago against Memphis. So took care of that. We got fast break points going to Toronto, a fast break team. They bench points is where, I mean, we beat them by 10 points in the bench. Hardaway Jr., even Spencer Jones getting out there and getting aggressive. That's good. Oh, look at this. Attendance. 19,924. You couldn't find 76 other people to get to 20? Can you fit 20,000 in there? Do you count the players and coaches? That should be 20,000. I didn't realize it held 20. Officials. What do you think about the officials? Tell me in the comments. At first, I was fucking furious with them. But then kind of as the game went on, I was like, hey, they're actually doing some stuff. And for some reason, I want to mention, Altitude brought it up. The last game, Jokic got murdered, and the refs were absolute shit. But they made one of the best calls all year I've ever seen. Because I saw Jokic flatten a guy on a screen out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what? And then I watched the replay, and I was like, that's a flop, dude. He didn't do shit. And then they called the flop, because apparently in the rules, you're allowed to call the flop. You don't have to call it at the time it happens. You can call it at the next neutral moment of the game. And I think Memphis, let's see, what is it? So Denver had a possession. I don't know if they scored. They must not have. They get the missed ball, rebound. Memphis gets the ball. They're moving the ball around, and they get a three-pointer, and they bury it. And then the refs call stoppage to the game, and they're like, flopping. So they kind of, just when I think you can't get any dumber, you go and do something like this. Totally redeem yourself. The refs, they totally redeemed themselves last game from that one call. Although I was pretty fucking pissed at them. Anyway, these refs started out the same way. And to be honest, Jokic can handle this shit better, dude. Jokic, obviously you're listening, right? Obviously you're listening because you got a haircut. And we've been ragging on you on the Little Nugget Show for a while to get a haircut. Next step, change your mouthpiece. Yellow mouthpieces don't fly. They just don't work. I understand you're trying to go for opposite intention everywhere you go. Like, yeah, I don't really care about basketball. I want the dirtiest looking mouthpiece on earth. Get a fucking Joker-themed mouthpiece. Okay, we're done with that. I honestly don't know where I was going. Okay. Oh, the refs. Yeah, so the refs come in and they allow Toronto to get handsy, grabby, huggy, snatchy, leg humping, molestation defense, we call it. And it pisses Jokic off. And Jokic doesn't know how to handle it. I mean, he knows how to handle it. He just won't do it. Like, you're literally, they play small ball. You literally just dominate these little guys. If they're fronting you like that, pull the chair on them. Run all the way across the court and then come back and make them fucking follow you. Do weird shit like that. Spin around. Spin them off. I honestly think it's gotten to a bad place. We need to save Jokic for later because there's too many good things. Jamal Murray scored 31 points. How do we figure out how many he scored in the fourth quarter? It definitely was a Murray flurry, which is 10 points or more in the quarter. Officially, according to NBA rules. Anytime Jamal Murray scores 10 points in a quarter, the flurries come. Even if it's 90 degrees like it was today. Holy poop. So much for the ski season, huh? Blah. Oh, no. I see this. Jokic finished with 22 points, 9 boards, which was kind of a shitty game. Hardaway Jr. had 23 points and shot 7 of 10 from three-point range. Aaron Gordon had a 16 for the Nuggets, who now improved to 8-8 since the All-Star break. What? Dude, they were 10-6 without Jokic. Like, what the WTF? The Nuggets trailed by 3 before Hardaway tied it with at 101 with 7:27 remaining. Denver was up 115, 110, 143. And yeah, Scotty Barnes fucking pissing me off. The way he was guarding Jokic kind of pissed me off, but we can get past it because the refs kind of got it under control. What was it that they had a call where they got it right? I think there was a challenge call. They got that one right. Yeah, definitely that challenge call. I think that Toronto challenged. Aaron Gordon came to set a screen. That's what it was. And then the guy that got screened kind of took a bump. Aaron Gordon's like, oh, leg fuck you, motherfucker. Bam. And he's like, And then he grabs Jokic, or he forearms him and then grabs his jersey. They call the forearm as a foul. Toronto challenges it. They're looking for the proximate foul from AG. They're not getting it. And the rest did a good job with that one. I know they did a good job with a couple more. I should have took notes because I was impressed. It was after that first quarter, basically. The third quarter was shit, but it wasn't because of the refs. And, you know, Jokic just needs to walk over people. Just literally barbecue chicken all night long. Stop taking the ball 15 feet out from the three-pointer. Get down in the freaking paint. Get down to the nail. Get the ball and just dominate. And the second they collapse on you, I don't care if there's three guys. Do a couple pump, spin, turn, twirl, bam. Nobody's going to stop you. He had several of those. He could do it all night. Why is he not doing it? AG looked a little rusty too, not going to lie. But hopefully he's getting back to form and he stays healthy. Speaking of health, Jamal Murray, what do we got going on there with the shoulder? Seems awfully worrisome. But he's a hard charger, man. They asked him in the postgame. About his shoulder, and he was like, "It's fine. It's good." And they're like, the media guy was like, "You know, I see that you have ice on your shoulder, and you had your shoulder taped. Is that the same shoulder?" "Yes." "And what's exactly going on with it? Is it like sore, or what's going on?" And he says, "It's good." And then he goes, "If somebody else was to ask me what's wrong with your shoulder, what should I tell them?" And he's like, "Tell them it's good. It's good." And I think Jamal's kind of being a annoying little fuck with that, to be honest. Like, at least say, like, I'm not using it as an excuse, motherfucker. I dropped 31 on your ass with a step back three. There was 3 plays from Jamal that stand out to me. Number 1, I don't know if there's any specific order here, but he drives down the pipe and draws 3 guys and goes up like he's going to dunk and then puts it into the left and loop-de-doops it underneath. That was the left hand of Jamal is just Jordan. When he did that, I was like, that's Jordan. That's Jordan-esque right there. Not going to lie. We should probably try and pull that up, huh? The second one was he's driving on the left side. He gets to he's going to the rim and he just slams on the brakes at the fucking elbow and spins a 180 because I think he was kind of sideways. He slams on the brakes and just buries it. That was so dirty. And then the step back 3 on the right over 2 guys in the fourth quarter. I don't know when that happened, but I feel like it put him out ahead by 4 to 6 points, and that was great. Now, what do we have on this? What happened in the NBA today? Don't hit see more. In the NBA, we have the Knicks. Is that the right day? Today. It says today. Yeah, has not been turned tomorrow yet. So the Knicks beat the Nets by 1. Ooh, let's see if Porter Jr. had anything to do with that. Nets. MPJ didn't play. And they almost won? Wow. MPJ didn't play. MPJ, Cat had 26. Brunson, 17. OG, motherfucking annoying G, and an OB, and annoying and an OB was a plus 14. Yeah, he's tough. All right, back to reality here. So the Warriors lose to the Pistons. That's good because they are an opponent coming up and are behind us, so stay behind. The Blazers beat the Timberwolves in Minnesota. I'll be damned. What happened there? What happened here? So the Trailblazers have Denny Avdija, 25, yeah. Oh, who's this guy? Jerami Grant, 26 points. 21 from Klingen? Never heard of you. The only guy I know is Avdija. But we got the Trailblazers coming up next, I believe. That's crazy. Why? Because they just got their souls buried under the court in Portland by Denver by losing by 40 points in the last matchup. So you think Portland's going to come back swinging, but I think it's at home. I think like 9 of the next 12 games are at home. Dude, Denver has the worst schedule. Did you hear that? Who was saying that? They've spent 44 days at home in their own beds this year when the league average is 64 or something. That's insane. And they got so hosed on the Memphis thing because they literally tried to call the game off early and say, hey, let us just fly back to Denver. I think it was from Minnesota. And they're like, no, you need to give it a try. And then the fucking storm hits, and then they cancel it at the last minute. And Denver's stuck in Memphis for 3 days. Duh. So they have to come back. Don't get to play the game. We have to make up the game. Not only are we making it up, but it adds another back-to-back on the already league-leading 16 back-to-backs, soon to be 17. Had they add this, the NBA is like, well, if we're going to add a game to Denver, not only is it a back-to-back, but it's a traveling back-to-back. So we're going to make you do it right after a home game. You can go back to Memphis. Now, that's no excuse. You know why? Because Luka did the same thing or played a back-to-back, home and away back-to-back. There's a big difference between a home back-to-back and a home and away. Home and away is the worst. An away is second worst. And home is not a big deal. But still better to have 1 day of rest. Think about it. An away is like Denver goes to New York and then plays Boston. So New York and Boston back-to-back, not a big deal. Not a huge deal. But when you go play a home game and then you got to get on the plane after the home game, you can't go hang out with your kids or eat dinner with the boys. You can't do shit. You got to get on the plane and bounce. And then they didn't get into Memphis till 5:30 in the morning. But like I said, it's no excuse. Why? Luka Doncic, after putting up 40 against whatever team that was it the Rockets or did he put 60 on the Rockets? In the second night of a back-to-back, where it was home and away, and they didn't get in until 5:30 in the morning, and Luka was tired as shit, he dropped 60. Somebody send the memo to Jokic. Dude, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what MVPs do. It's obviously what scoring leaders do because that's what Luka's doing. Thank God he's a scoring leader. I hope Luka wins the scoring title and Wemby wins the MVP. I don't think there's any way Wemby could because they'll always say, well, Shea's team is in first and Shea scores more and Shea's more impactful and blah, blah, blah. But Wemby's a motherfucker. Like, honestly, he could be the most valuable player of the league for other reasons than scoring. Certainly he leads the league in blocks, I bet. What's crazy is Jokic can lead the league in so many categories. Not just rebounds and assists. But, I mean, last year was 3-point percentage. There's like these ratings. I forget what the ratings are. But he's always first in this, first in that, first in the other. But he's not anywhere in the conversation for MVP anymore. Why? Well, because he's kind of playing like shit, to be honest. But that's crazy. That's Bones Highland. Meh. That's right. Minnesota lost Anthony Edwards, didn't they? Gobert? Yeah, I'm going to send that. I'm going to throw that up to Gobert. He's going to throw it down. Gobert likes to throw them down. That's my Anthony Edwards interpretation. Okay, so Gobert had an 18. Gobert. DiVincenzo, annoying as fuck, 13. 17. Wow, Bones coming off the bench. 16 and 19. So nobody scored 20. That's weird. And Gobert was a +5. That's cool. Good for you. Around the Associated, the Grizzlies lose, so that doesn't matter. Fuck you, Grizzlies, for losing to the Celtics. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Rockets. Oh, shit. The Rockets dominated the 11-win streak Hawks. That's crazy. How'd they do that? What are we? We need to check the standings because we must be tied. What do you got? 25 from Durant, 23 from Jabari Smith Jr., Sengun, 15. Reed Shepard, can't stand him. Amen Thompson, kind of weird, but got to respect him a little bit. Do we have the Rockets again? I don't think so. So we can find out by clicking on the Denver Nuggets and see the Blazers on Sunday. That is no lie. So that's 2 day, 2 day, 2 back to back, home and away and home, away and home, back to back. Fuck you. And then that should be it, right? Home. So the only away game is the Jazz and the Suns. Oh, and then the last game against the Spurs. I hope that game doesn't mean anything. Or if it does mean something, I hope we go in there and bitch slap them. Because remember, was it last year or the year before? Let's see. This is 26, 25, 26. So 24, 25, 23, 24, 22, 23 is when they won. Okay, so it might have been a couple years ago. Denver needed one more win to tie their record. And they were playing the last place San Antonio Spurs. And they lost on a last-second shot or something. It was ridiculous. So maybe we can get vengeance for that. But you only got 2 more road games. 3 more. So they're staying home for the weekend. Playing the Blazers at 3 p.m. on a Sunday. You know what that means. Is that an official matinee? 3 p.m. Denver doesn't do good on matinees. Blazers just win and beat. Like, I literally think they're going to lose every game. I've said that many times. I thought they were going to lose this game all night long until the fourth quarter when the Murray flurry hit. But playing an early game on Sunday against the Blazers, where are they at in the standings? We need to check them in the standings, but let's get through. Then they go to Phoenix, then back at home for 3 straight. Boom, boom, boom. And back to back, but then every 29, 30, March. A couple of days rest to go to Utah, and then home against the Spurs might be a big game. Home against the Blazers, we got them one more time. Home against the Grizzlies, need a little revenge. Home against the Thunder, just slap Caruso in the face. Just literally walk out onto the court. Everyone pick a guy, walk up to him at the same time and slap them all. 5 slaps at one time. And then they're like, okay, you guys are out. And then just forfeit the game and be like, okay, cool. Bye. Give everyone their money back. We're done. Because we're not playing this fucking molestation defense with the Thunder. Bullshit. And then on to San Antonio for the final game. When does the... Let's see. We got to go back to the standings now. Standings. There we go. What do we see over here? I wanted to check. The Nets are in last. Oh, no, they're not. The Pacers are in last. 2 games behind the Nets. So you got 3 tanking teams in the East, and we don't play any of them. And then you got in the West, you have, the Blazers are in 8th. That's a problem. They're actually playing for something. They've won 3 in a row. Oh, shit. Well, look at Denver. We've won 2 in a row. Oh, no, 1. That's right, 1. This is the first, though, of a 10 straight win streak. Mark my words. They kind of threw us off because if we would have took care of business against Memphis, it would be 3 straight. 3 straight would be great. But we still have room for a 10-game win streak before the end of the year. Now, explain this shit to me. Blue next to the Thunder on the left. Orange next to the Spurs. Green, 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 green. And then you go down and you're just like, what does those colors mean? Clinch play-in position is green. Clinch playoff position is orange. And clinch division. Oh, division. I swear I saw it say clinch conference. How do you clinch the division with still 10 games left? 11 games left. I could have sworn it said clinch conference or when I looked at it earlier. Anyway, so the Spurs made the playoffs because they are, you go, who's in 10th? 22 games back and 3. So they're 19 games ahead of 10th place. Or no. It would have to be 6th. 6th, because that's playoff. Playoff is 1 through 6. Play-in is 7 through 10. So who's in 6? 12 and a half? So they're 9.5 games back, or ahead, 9.5 games ahead of the Timberwolves and the Nuggets and the Rockets. And they probably have 12 games left. Wait. So how would they clinch? They have 12 games left. Or I guess it would be up to the Timberwolves. Timberwolves have 11 games left. So if they win all 11 of their games and the Spurs lose all 12 of theirs, I think they would be out. Oh my God, this is breaking my brain. Anyway, what's interesting here is that Denver and Timberwolves are tied at a 606 win percentage. Now, you look at the games back, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5. The games back is a good indicator, but it's not the official ranking. The official ranking is the win percentage. The thing is, though, at the end of the year, when your actual ranking matters for playoffs, everyone's played the same amount of games. So everyone has not played the same amount of games here. We've played 2 more games than the Rockets. And even though they have one less loss, one less win, they're at 609 because they have 2 less games. And Denver 606 because they have the extra games. But they're all relatively tied, right? And how about 2 games back, 2.5 games back from the Lakers? Actually, 3 games back from the Lakers because you got to get a tie because they have the tiebreaker. We have the tiebreaker on Minnesota and the Rockets, I believe. So when it just seemed like the Nuggets were down and out and we're going to go south for the winter and maybe get in the play-in, now they're pushing for third again. I mean, the Lakers won 8. Give me a break. They won 8 straight. They've never won 8 straight this year. Who did they beat? The Heat? That was when you got 60, right? March 19th. Yeah, so they go to Houston, pretty much pull away at the end and dominate. Luka has 40 in that game. Then they fly to Miami the night and don't get in until 5 in the morning. And then they play. Did Bam play? 28 points. And then they show up and Luka drops 60. LeBron had 19. Holy cow. Wait. LeBron with a triple-double? 19, 15, and 10. Luka's 67 and 3. 18 of 30 field goals. 9 of 17 threes. He made 9 threes. Fuck out of here. And 19 free throws, of course. From the master foul baiter himself. Luka's definitely a master baiter. Master foul baiter, sorry. Shea isn't. He's got more of a PhD in baiting. Foul baiting. So he's a Dr. Foul baiter. Luka's a master foul baiter. And who's next? Jokic is kind of like a bachelor foul baiter. Foul baiter. Not gonna lie. He baits a little. He doesn't get a lot of calls, but he does try and sell them. Not real happy with Austin only had 18 while Luka dropped 60. That's crazy. Outscored by the old man. Huh. We've basically beat this dead horse, haven't we? We got any comments? What the fuck? No comments? How dare you? How dare I get on this internet for 30 minutes and spew all this wisdom and not get one fucking comment? I love you too. Yeah. Well, just so you know, I'm doing it for me. I ain't doing it for you. I got to come here and decompress, process, analyze in my own mind the torture that the Denver Nuggets put me through. Like, what was it? Halfway through the fourth, we're like, oh, no, we have to do this again? Tie ball game? But it's a lot easier pill to swallow when they win. And they won tonight. No, I got to get going early. We got to track meet tomorrow. I love track. It's awesome. So I got to get my ass up early, and I don't normally do that. So we're going to have to shut this down. Thank you for joining me. Come back Sunday at 7 p.m. Usually those ones I go later because it's like I can never get that game started when they're early. So maybe I'll schedule it for 8 p.m. for the two of you guys that are waiting on pins and needles to come and join. Dude, come and join and leave some fucking comments. How are we going to have a conversation if we got no comments? Pretty simple. But after the Portland game, I will see you Sunday evening. If you want to join me for the... tomorrow is not a grow show. Tomorrow we are doing Eyes to See. Vision beyond the narrative. A little foray into politics and current events. There's kind of a lot to talk about. Apparently, the end of the world, battle in the Holy Land. Israel's getting attacked by drones left and right from Iran. Israel's bombing the absolute living shit out of Iran, along with the U.S. I think they dropped 8,000 destroyed targets. They bombed 8,000 targets. Some 9,000 sorties. That's kind of some fun stuff for me because my brother's on the aircraft carriers. He's off. I don't think he has to go back out because he's been doing it for like 25 years. But he was out there a couple of different times when they set records for amount of munitions dropped by an aircraft carrier group. I think that record is definitely getting smashed right now. But back then it was fun when they smoked ISIS in Syria. Yeah, they dropped a bazillion bombs. And just remember, all that tax money you go to is evaporated in one bomb. That's what drives me nuts. I don't mind bombing the shit out of people. Trust me. I think violence is always the answer. But not if it costs $1 million a shot. Like, I get pissed if I shoot a rifle. I don't neither confirm nor deny if I shoot rifles. But when it's $2 a shot, that's $40 a box. Nowadays, it's like $100, $80, $4 a shot. I'm getting all pissed. Oh, a little Tomahawk missile, $780,000 a shot. Anyway, we'll bitch about that tomorrow. So come join me at 11 p.m. Saturday evening. Oh, it is Friday. Maybe that's why people don't like to hang out. Well, fuck you. And fuck everyone from Toronto. Except all my friends that I have up there in Toronto. I don't have friends, but internet friends. You know who you are. The ones around Kitchener and what were those other towns? Anyway, if you're watching, awesome. Thank you. Leave a comment. After the fact comment. ATF, after the fact. There we go. Nice little acronym, ATF. You might have heard it. So leave ATF comments, whether it be after the fact or about the ridiculous agency that governs our firearms. Bye now.